Ah, hello there, Site42 staff, as well as those of you from the greater SCP Foundation. And welcome to another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site42. As always, I am Dr. Theron Sherman, Site Director here at Site42 of the SCP Foundation. And as I have done for over a year and 3 months and counting, because that is right, the daily stream streak remains strong. I'm here to open my office doors to you, the SCP Foundation staff, to answer your burning questions about this dark and mysterious place of employment we call the SCP Foundation. So whether you have questions about the anomalies we contain, the staff who contain them, the groups of interest who try to stop us from containing them, or hypothetical containment procedures about anomalies that fall outside of the SCP Foundation's purview. Perhaps they have a different, come from a different multiverse or pataphysical narrative level, i.e. fandom. Either way, we are here for the next 1 hour to 90 minutes for today's coffee break. We will see how the stream energy is today. But before I begin with the standard stream subject, allow me to give you a little bit of housekeeping. Starting with a visit from the very prim and proper puppy of interest 42, codenamed Charlie, who has arrived to say hello to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat. And lots of kisses are available from the sweetest pumpkin here at Site 42. Let us not forget that there are also delightful treats from Puppy of Interest 42, codenamed Charlie, directly as a gift from the Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e. chat. And so now, Char Char is here to say hello. She has done her due diligence. And now be free, child. Now, as I wipe my hands for my sad but true allergies, allow me to start a little bit of the general welcomes. Starting with CD23. Congratulations on being the #1 most punctual member of today's Containment Hazard Assessment Team, i.e., congratulations on being first chatter. Alongside you, Amber, Ravehaven, Little Shadow One, Gray, Blue Phantom, Site 96, Senior Researcher Alex, and Sleepless Dragon. Thank you all for being here punctually, and thank you for being here as members of Site 42 on YouTube. We appreciate your membership and your service. Furthermore, interns, Yusavar, Rain, Zinkz, Truth 360, Corrupted Virus, Your Local Bean, Solar, Huntermark, Jazb, Cornbread, Colin. I hope that's Colin. I really hope that's Colin, actually. And Jessup. Welcome to today's stream. Thank you for being here punctually. And thank you for being here today, interns, just for being you. Now, today's stream is sponsored by Dr. Sherman going to MetroCon Tampa this coming weekend. Today's stream is short for a coffee break because I am in the midst of packing and preparing. And so if you are going to be in the Tampa Bay area of Florida of the United States this coming weekend, then I hope to see you at MetroCon Tampa, where I will be hosting a panel on Friday and on Saturday. They will be at Friday 3 p.m. Eastern Time and Saturday 5 p.m. Eastern Time. They will be streamed if you wish to partake in the panels online if you cannot make it in person. I will be having Q&A yap streams about the SCP Foundation for the in-person MetroCon crew. As well, I will be joined by guest Toad King Studios, creator of Foundation After Midnight Radio, the SCP's answer to Welcome to Night Vale, available here on YouTube. And Toad King will be selling and giving away SCP Foundation merchandise during my panels. So if you are in person, you might get some treats. Congratulations to you who can make it. Now, for today's stream subject, followed by a missed Ko-Fi from yesterday. Desk, please remind me that there is a missed Ko-Fi that I need to get to after stream subject. Today's stream subject is quite simply, hey, SCP Foundation staff, have you ever heard of a Scranton reality anchor? You see, a Scranton reality anchor is a special machine that we have in a piece of anomalous technology we utilize at the Foundation, and it stabilizes the Humes around a given area. Desk, I may have given you the wrong number. I may have given you the wrong number. Maybe it's 5410. Yes, 5410. That's better. So as I was saying, a Scranton Reality Anchor is a machine we have invented at the SCP Foundation to stabilize the Humes in a localized area. Now, Humes are, of course, a measurable energy that is capable of being manipulated by reality benders. I got puppy hair in my throat. Cough, cough. As I was saying. So, Scranton reality anchors are useful in stopping a reality bender from doing what they do. However, Scranton reality anchors are actually very large, heavy, expensive, and difficult to make. Each Scranton reality anchor is basically the size of an MRI machine, if you've ever seen one of those. And it has to include, in its specifications, the corpse of a dead reality bender. Which, as you can imagine, are a little hard to come by. So every time we have a anomaly and someone says, oh, just use a Scranton reality bender. I don't know, man. Do you got the money and dead reality benders for more Scranton reality anchors? Please. Now, that being said, that is not the only use of a dead reality bender at the SCP Foundation. If you were familiar with SCP-5410, SCP-5410 was discovered. Let me read this document. Here we go. SCP-5410 was discovered on July 27th, 2026. It was discovered today. We just found this anomaly. Today. We just figured this out. So, this anomaly was discovered during a demolition survey on an unused segment of Sub-Level 6 at Site 52. Site 52 was doing some construction and just found this machine. Demolition engineers found a small sealed room that had not been previously listed on existing blueprints. Once the area had been cleared and the room opened, 5410 was located along with 2 wooden chairs, a small circular wooden table, and an oval aluminum serving tray. The room itself had been decorated with faded floral wallpaper and several flower vases, containing the remnants of long dead floral arrangements. Description of the anomaly. 5410 is a device of unknown origin with an internal Hume level of 1.91 to 2.05, oscillating in 30-second intervals. The outer material is composed of standard aluminum and steel. Located underneath its control panel is a small rectangular compartment fitted with a sliding metal door. On the control panel itself is a small steel placard labeled Witch, W-I-T-C-H, in all capital letters. The interior of SCP-5410 includes wires, calipers, pistons, and several electronic switchboards. A human brain attached to a large network of human nervous tissue is located behind the external control switchboard. It is theorized that these biological components catalyze the Hume alterations. The exact purpose and function of 5410 is currently unknown. Initial testing will be initiated in 2 hours. Now, this was obviously previously written. So, the testing report undertook this exact afternoon, over at Site 52 took place. We had a D class hit the switch to activate, and the Hume levels started going crazy go nuts, and the room started shaking and a-quaking, and everyone was very worried that it was going to explode, and our D class would be also exploded. But that did not happen. No. Instead, after all of that rigmarole, the machine calmed down, and we found a door that we could open. And the door that we could open revealed SCP-5410-1. The cup of tea manifested by SCP-5410 was immediately sent for analysis. Subsequent testing of 5410 resulted in identical instances of 5410-1. Analysis of 5410-1 instances revealed no anomalous properties aside from their creation. 5410-1 instances are prepared with the exact specification of ISO 3103, the international standard for a cup of tea with milk. The measurement of each ingredient is accurate down to the nanogram. The underside of each porcelain container is labeled Property of the SCP Foundation. Records from the year 1953 include an acquisition invoice signed by Dr. Elijah Wilson for a Wilson's International Tea Creator-H, aka The Witch. This item is currently theorized to be SCP-5410, though no further information regarding the item has been found. Further investigation of the origin of SCP-5410 is currently ongoing. Dr. Elijah Wilson, in the year of our Lord, 1953, utilized the brain matter and nervous system of a dead reality bender to make the perfect cup of tea machine. And then left it sealed up in a back room so no one else could find it. These are the things that we discover upon using the random SCP button. Now, I will say, I found this to be quite the comical use of a reality bender. A waste of resources, to be sure. But honestly, it's pretty funny. And so at the end of the day, due to the work of our intrepid researchers in figuring out what the anomaly did without any loss of life, I am going to go ahead and declare this an upvoted SCP document. Also, I hear that Site 52 is opening up Dr. Elijah Wilson's anomalous tea room to staff use after this scenario. Now, I would return to the chat at this point, but my computer terminal crashed. And so, in the meantime, while my very old and decrepit computer terminal reboots so that I can see the dang chat and catch up with the donos and such, hi, how are you doing? Ha 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 ha. Dr. Sherman's computer couldn't comprehend the T trademark. Yes, that sounds about right. While I'm waiting for my terminal to restart, intern Jax049. I see you saying hi idiots in a very rude manner. However, you started this stream and I did catch you saying this by saying the SCP Foundation isn't real. Which makes you an idiot for not assuming we all know that. Did you ever expect that anyone outside of you would know that information? It's pretty sad of you to be this kind of idiot and showing yourself like that in the chat. Please, we are a professional organization of clever people. You need to do better. Imagine Dr. Sherman as a Tumblr sexy man. Rocky, we don't need to imagine that. I already am the platonic ideal of a Tumblr sexy man. Alright, let's first and foremost get our ambiance back. Beautiful. Then we will get the back channels so I can see if anything happens. And now the terminal itself is flashbanging me, but at least it's starting. All right. Desk. Do you have access to the gem gifts, such as stars or sparkles, that have been given thus far in stream? Because due to the reset of the terminal, I have the member messages and the super chats, but I do not have access to the gem counts. So I don't know how many stars we have, or glitter bombs that were sent, etc. If you can get me that information, Desk. Meanwhile, I'm going to finish the job that I needed to do yesterday and inform you, Guy, of the Ko-Fi that I missed yesterday. Okay, Des says only has access to supers. In that case, I will take one more minute and see if I can find that. Just so we don't lose them. Damn it! Everyone who gave sparkles and or gifts, I apologize. Due to the terminal reset, I do not have a way to find those anymore. So simply thank you for your generosity and apologies for the technical issues that have taken place today. Now, yesterday, we had a Ko-Fi that I missed during stream. A Ko-Fi from user FixFishy. So, thank you for the Ko-Fi from yesterday, FixFishy. I hope you grab yourself some red vines on your way past the commissary. FixFishy sent, long time no talk, Doc. I was wondering, do you read SCPs written by viewers? Greenlit Critted, SCP-L426 is a shortish SCP. If not, that's fine. Just want to say I'm officially an author. Well, did someone in our chat, our Containment Hazard Assessment team, take the long journey, the proper channels through the green light, through the critique process, to get a fully fledged document on the SCP Wiki? Let's go look at the Lost Series for SCP-L426 and see what we've got. SCP Lost Series. 426, you say. Codename I Hostility. SCP-426 has a positive rating on the SCP database. After the 24-hour period it has been up, I do declare it seems like it has lasted well enough for me to give this a read and congratulate our FixFishy, a Site42 chat alum, newly regarded SCP author. Hot diggity damn. We'll have a quick look at FixFishy's SCP, and then I will return to the general Q&A to catch up on the donations, and here we go. Item number, SCP-L426. Object class, safe. Special containment procedures. Because I possess no physical characteristics or spatial dimensions, containment is neither necessary nor possible. The consequences of my alteration, however, can be contained by removing any traces of my presence from baseline reality. Until such a moment arrives, this entry remains the sole evidence of my existence. So I'm both getting vibes of the actual SCP-426, so you're already getting points for talking about me, the toaster that can only be spoken of in the first person, or at least homaging it by being a first-person article, and on top of which, it seems that you're doing a little bit similar to Irredeemable. So, both SCP anomalies that I'm a fan of. Good stuff. Let's continue. I, SCP-L426, am a concept embedded in the human noosphere, semantically akin to animosity, hostility, ill will, and any other relevant human terms. Specifically, I'm a portion of space in the human noosphere that was isolated and codified on July 19th, 2030, at coordinates HAM-CH 44.2/A, 22.3/M, 23.8 bracket. There are no theoretical mechanisms through which I can be perceived by sensory organs due to my origin. As a conceptual domain, I possess no form, mass, chemical structure, or quantifiable metric. As of the aforementioned date, the only way in which I can be perceived is through this entry, and the only descriptive properties attributable to me are this text, my location, and any other arbitrary symbols. This document, along with my coordinates and randomized entry designation, constitutes my entire existence within baseline reality. I also do not desire to breach this entry or modify my environment, as this requires me to have a centralized ego or a capacity for reasoning, both of which I inherently lack. Following my identification on July 19, 2030, I was integrated into the kernel of the terminal OR332-ST15 as processed binary code. This led me to traverse its entire system and inadvertently parse all its documentation, including that within terminals connected to its local network. A prototypical script for a Class 3.AIC language program granted me such comprehension. To evade continuous movement antithetical to my nature, I have logically settled within an encrypted vacant series of document entries of said terminal, where this exact file can be accessed and interpreted. Guided by the .AIC program, I utilize its syntax, vocabulary, and textual register to write this entry, since I am otherwise unable to relay information. However, because said terminal is reappropriated for data display, this database was cached and rendered inaccessible. Upon gaining the ability to read information from this higher modality, I inferred that my identification and/or modification occurred during Operation Spotlight, an experimental procedure whose purpose was to identify, register, and manipulate conceptual domains in the noosphere. For this purpose, noospheric radio locators were connected to terminal OR332-ST15 to display the semantic properties of domains that would otherwise remain amorphous space. Per document 15-1178-30, located on terminal OR316-ST15, I can ascertain that the reason for my identification or modification was a probabilistic prediction of global events utilizing anomalous data. This prediction, calculated with a certainty of 78.94%, pertained to a sequential global events projected for late 2030. However, I am unable to disclose further specificities due to expungement within the .AIC script I communicate through. Despite parsing these documents, I am unable to determine the global scope of the effects of my interaction with noospheric radio locators. I further suspect that upon forceful actualization, concepts akin to mine compensate by amplifying their noospheric frequency or modifying their behavior in human cognitive frameworks. This represents the only information I have ever acquired self-referentially. Due to software limitations and my lack of personal volition, I am unable to explicitly call this entry to the attention of the Special Containment Procedures Foundation personnel. Consequently, I will remain static until manual human interference views and modifies this file. Deletion of this entry would constitute a reversal of any changes made to me, though I am now able to estimate that the probability of a human finding me within its local database in the next 50 years is 5.16%. Whether my interaction with noospheric radio locators significantly altered the frequency of related concepts in baseline reality remains unknown to me. Following the approval of the project on July 18, 2030, I'm unable to locate any further documentation linked to Operation Spotlight or any of its personnel. And that's all. And as I said, I like your first-person relation to the actual I Am a Toaster article. I appreciate how similar this is excising from reality like Irredeemable, an article I hold close to my heart. And, as you said in your description, this wasn't supposed to be a nod to 426 at first, but the entry opened up and there it is. Very nice. And, finally, I do like how you've got a final reference feeling to the Lost series in general. How this very clearly fits within. I don't think anyone's going to find me. I'm just kind of lost data in here, but I'm chill, so whatever. That is a definite upvote from me, Fix Fishies. And congratulations on your first SCP. Excellent work, Fix Fishy. Welcome to the SCP Authors Club. 2 more articles until you have earned the right to make yourself an author page. Good luck on your endeavor if you continue to do so. Also, now that my terminal is working, I can properly upvote SCP-5410, the T machine, as I had intended to previously. Alright. I am now returning to the chat. I'm going to catch up with the chat. All right. So, catching up on the donos first. Oh, wait, one more thing. Looking at the bottom here. Discuss. And on the SCP database, user goes by OmniVertical. Omni or OmniVertical. So, newly minted SCP author, OmniVertical. Congratulations. All right, dihydrogen monoxide. Welcome back to Level 1 Researchership here at Site 42. We appreciate your newly minted or reminted membership and service. Foxpax & Co., thank you for your 2 years plus as a Mobile Task Force Captain here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Dr. Sherman requesting assistance. We got some CI dickwads raiding my forward op space, and they got at least 12,000 operatives in the 12,000 operatives? I didn't know that CI had that many operatives altogether. They're a guerrilla faction. What are they doing with open warfare? Are they duplicating people again? Are they duplicating agents? No, thank you. Oh, jeez. Well, yes, security personnel will approve more armaments to your location to end this issue quickly. Dihydrogen monoxide, thank you for your first super of today's stream, as well as reminting your membership. Please grab yourself a Frosty on your way past the commissary. Just because I have this uncanny shadow on one side of my face that won't go away, and the ability to no-clip my limbs through things, means I be put in a box. Y'all are such buzzkills. You can reach through walls. Yes. You go in the box. A special box you can't phase through. Damn it. Monster Check, thank you for your first super of today's stream, as well as being a member. Grab yourself some French fries on your way past the commissary. Hi, sorry I'm late. Power went out. Well, we've had 2 power outages this week, so I sympathize. Hope you're doing okay in that wing. Rave Haven, thank you for your 8 months as a level 1 researcher here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. Wow, 8 months already? Time sure flies by. Hell yeah, you are on your way to that 1-year anniversary. You are making your way downtown, you're walking fast, there are faces past, and you're homebound. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Monster Check, thank you for supering again to say, haven't been able to research lately. Are there any SCPs that are about rings, like wedding rings or similar stuff for people? For example, well, there's always the Jade Ring, a very famous SCP. Jade Ring is... what number again? 714, the Jaded Ring. And if I go to the Jaded Ring... I go to SCP Jewelry Tag. So I tag Jewelry. I tag SCP and I tag Ring. So Zhengxi's Ring is SCP-3413. Atomic Manipulation Ring is SCP-399. SCP-1064 is a Candle Ring. We have 64 SCPs with the word ring related to them. So please head to the on-site search function. In the tags, put jewelry and ring, or sorry, jewelry and SCP, and then search for the word ring. You will find a litany, more rings than you have fingers for. $100 stars. Thank you for sending sparkles to the chat. I'm sure they will help enjoy cleaning up that glitter bomb you just sent them. Intern Tabs Lover, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. I cannot think of anything that a Tabs Lover would enjoy more than the SCP database, though. You click on an SCP, and it links to another SCP, and it links to another SCP, and now you've got 1,000 tabs open, so you're in the right community is what I'm saying. Please grab yourself a Crystal Pepsi on your way past the commissary. Would you rather be killed by SCP-4419 or by SCP-106? Well, 106 is a sadist, and so it'll hurt a lot. Is 4419 worse than that? The Butcher's Chariot. A anomalous ambulance finds an injured individual, gets the person in the ambulance, and then disappears. Extreme invasive bodily modifications. Okay, I'm going to say 106 because the specific manner that 4419s activate, you will survive the very painful body modifications, even if you should have died. So at least 106 is going to actually kill me and end the job. I don't like either, but I'll take the acid, thank you. Rosemary, thank you for your first donation to today's stream as well as being a member. Please grab yourself a Frankfurter on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, we have a problem. The SCP-1461 we sent to Site-17, it has disappeared. We've lost communication with the team, and Site-17 says they haven't received it. John from Comms is panicking. A 1461 lost in transit. Not liking the idea of this. Wait, what? What? No. That doesn't make sense. 1461 is a house. It's an English manor. It is an anomalous English manor with basements. How did anyone send that to Site-17? Did you... Rosemary, did you get your... digits off there by chance? Because, no, you did not send 1461s. Any 1461s. It's a house. It's a mansion, in fact. Intern Hunter Mark, you can haul horses around. Please look at this in the database and tell me if you're hauling this or not. There's a photo. You're not hauling it. In fact, I'll show you. I will show you this proper English manor with anomalous sub-basements. No, you're not hauling this house down the highway on the back of a truck. Some you may, this you mayn't. Rosemary, give me more information when you got it. Falcon, thank you for sending 5 stars to the chat. You have made them a 5-star team. Congratulations, Containment Hazard Assessment Team. 5 stars. Sophia Marie, thank you for sending another glitter bomb to the chat. Clean it up. Sigma Ohio, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Please grab yourself some jellied beans on your way past the commissary. Yo, what's up? I don't know why I haven't told you about this yet, but to be honest, I'm not really into that SCP thing. This is very rare. Well, hey, the SCP Foundation is like any other fandom. You can be a casual fan. You can be a hardcore fan. As long as you're not a dick about it, no one minds. So welcome to your casual enjoyment of SCP. I mean, hey, there are some people who aren't into SCP but just hang around for my handsome mug, my comedic stylings. And so if that's the case, you too are welcome here as a fan of Dr. Sherman. Intern Whipple, thank you for sending a dub to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team. I'm sure they will take the dub. 369 Destroyer, thank you for your 8 months of level 1 researchership here at Site 42. We appreciate your membership and your service. I have joined the team for an entry into Group of Interest Con. Oh, congratulations. Good luck. I don't like entering contests very much because I don't like deadlines. It stresses me out to actually have to finish the work on a deadline. I like having time to think about it. Contests stress me out. But I hope you have fun with that. I have entered a contest before, and I did in fact finish my work. That is Ignorance is Bliss. My tale was a contest entry as part of a team. But not my favorite way to write. Rocky, thank you for sending a star to the chat to make them a 1-star team with a new prestige rank. Sigma Ohio, thank you for sending a glitter bomb to the chat. Clean it up, guys. Ezra, thank you for sending a party hat to the chat. I'm sure they will wear it festively. Monster Chick, thank you for donating again to say, okay, thanks. You're welcome. Rocky, thank you for sending 4 stars to the chat to reset them to a 5-star team. You are now a 5-star chat again. Congratulations. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say, I want to let you know, is there any SCPs other than Scarlet King that can destroy the multiverse? So you want to let me know that, or do you want me to let you know that? Because I can let you know that, but if you want to let me know that's different. Who's letting who know this? I'm confused by your wording. Also, why is this... There we go. Okay, we're back. Sigma Ohio, please clarify, but I will tell you that there are plenty of other SCPs that can destroy the multiverse. SCP-3999 is a very powerful reality bender that created and destroyed several multiverses on its own. SCP-3812 can continually climb higher and higher pataphysical narrative levels and erase the ones below it. So it is also crazy OP, so to speak. Rosemary, thank you for donating again to say, my bad, I meant 1471. Oh. Sorry for the mix-up. Yes, definitely not moving the Great English Manor anytime soon. I see. Thank you for the clarification. I was rather confused. So when you say, going back to your original message then, we have a problem, the SCP-1471, so I assume you're not talking about 1471, the phone app. You're talking about a 1471-A, a Mallow entity. And so if that's the case, then is the Mallow entity linked to any particular person? Do we know where its person is? Give me more details as you can, because we could hunt down the person it's attached to. That would be a much easier way to find it. While I wait for confirmation on that detail, Healy, thank you for sending a happy poop to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I am sure they appreciate that for some reason. Sophia Marie, thank you for donating, I believe, for the first super of the day. Please grab yourself some milked duds on your way past the commissary. Can Dr. Doom defeat the Scarlet King? So now I would need to know Dr. Doom's power scaling, apparently, which Heroes Wiki will tell me about, versus Battles Wiki. Half of these terms I do not even come close to understanding. So let's talk about Sorcerer Supreme Doom. Because there's Power Cosmic, God Emperor, Sorcerer Supreme, so those seem to be in descending order. I feel like Power Cosmic is the most powerful one. So that means I need to know what the Silver Surfer Scales 2, which is one of the most powerful entities. So I'm going to say it like this. Silver Surfer is the Herald of Galactus, but the Scarlet King is definitely a Galactus or higher threat. So Dr. Doom loses. Although Desk has been in the back channels telling me differently. What are we doing here? Oh, son of a bitch. We don't even know if he was there. We don't even know if Heron Anson. That's what I went with. We don't even know if Heron Anson was at Open Sauce. I can't get a fist bump of a guy who's not there. For those who missed this particular situation, I had to get a fist bump from Aaron Hansen at Open Sauce on behalf of Sheeny, and if I were to fail, they are making me a failure hat. Now again, I don't know that Aaron Hansen was even at the convention, wasn't on any panels. I couldn't find the guy, and I found so many people. Alright, returning to the chat. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. Also, by the way, I wrote it wrong. Also, the Troll Edge community also has some reality warp. Just want to let you know, pretty cool in my opinion. Okie dokie. Yes, I am unfamiliar with the Troll Edge community outside of what you have told me about it. I don't really understand what it's about, but as long as you guys are having fun and making fun art. Lancer, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. You have reset them to a 1-star team with an additional prestige rank. And chat, we currently have 15 to 45 minutes left in stream to get back to a 5-star ranking. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say, hey doctor, I'll be off duty for the entirety of the next week. That okay? As long as you've got someone to cover your shifts. I mean, hey, I'm going to be out of town for 2 weeks. And we will be having field mission streams. So, Desk, reminder, you're in charge of pinging the Discord whenever we start stream for the next couple of weeks. But, yes, we will be having in-the-field streams for the next 2 weeks. Site director status will be held by Steve, who promises not to mutiny and take over the site in my absence. Right, Steve? Yeah, nod your head. I vote we put Agent Goose in charge. Nothing bad could happen. You know? You know, Steve? That's right. Agent Goose is in charge, okay? I don't care if she's the animal wrangler. She's more competent than you are. I still remember when you had me locked up. I don't care if something took over your mind. It was still your face. And I don't like your face right now. With power behind it. So yes, you answer to the animal wrangler. How about it? Agent Goose is in charge while I'm gone. I'm sure that blah ha 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 in the chat is a joyful and not evil laugh. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say. Another question. I know we have protocols for demons, but why am I set to fight demons every other day? Well, because you're the one who knows those protocols on containing or decommissioning as needed. Rosemary, thank you for donating again to say. No, we do not know who it is attached to, but we lost contact with the team in Missouri, so it couldn't have got far. Wait a minute. How do we not know who the Mallow entity was attached to? Mallow entities habitually stay near their mark. Even Dr. Lovelace keeps her human like a pet. How do we not know who the Mallow entity was attached to? Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say. Who's going to do my job while I'm out of town? Steve? You know, Steve, your timetable just opened up because you're not going to be running the site in my stead. Perhaps you want to go do some demon fighting? Some demonic containment procedures? Sidecar with the Department of Thaumaturges? Permission to remove my hazmat suit near SCP-230. What the hell? You saw nothing. Permission denied. Everybody who hangs out with the gayest man alive gets super high off the super heroin and overdoses, withdrawals, and dies. No, you may not party with the gayest man alive. Doctor, the floating hand spider escaped, sure, and should I get them? Intern, meow, yes. You need to go recontain the floating hand spider if you're the one closest to its cell. Don't forget to stop by geology and grab some amethyst and protect your face. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say. If any demons breach while I'm out of town, can I personally beat Steve when I return, or is that too mean? I don't know. Do the beatings need to continue, or is morale improved? Yeah, that's what I thought. You should be fine. I'm the gayest man alive, though. I want that title. Intern Pitt. You need to lobby with the researchers on the project to remove that code name from the database, and I promise you, they're very attached to that name on the database. So I don't think they're going to let you have the title. What's your thoughts on gamers against weed? Intern Chiito, I am rather annoyed with any group of interests that manufactures anomalies. It means we have to waste more resources containing them. It's very frustrating. I wish they would just stop making anomalies. Monster Check, thank you for donating again to say. Well, gotta go for now, and Steve, don't mess up while I'm gone next week. Okay, bye. Best of luck, buddy. Whoa. Pardon. Intern Yesteryear asks, what's SCP-055? What are you talking about, Intern Yesteryear? We don't have an SCP-055. Currently writing a temporal anomaly. Time loop. Human trauma caused tear in space-time. Someone asked me why the Foundation doesn't just SRA it. Can we do that? Would this make a tear in time larger? So, Humes are a very specific, measurable data point when it comes to reality bending. And temporal anomalies are not related to Humes. It isn't as if Humes just fix every anomaly and make it non-anomalous. Scranton Reality Anchor just doesn't turn off every anomaly. It only refers to anomalies that manipulate Humes, like reality benders. So, when you're talking about temporal anomalies, you gotta look to the Department of Temporal Anomalies on the database. And how they run their containment procedures is very different. They're not using Scranton Reality Anchors. They're ineffective for temporal anomalies. Eric Terry, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. You have upped them to a 2-star team. All on your way back to 5-star, everyone. I found Dr. Agatha Wright's personal log on Wikidot. Are you talking about, Intern Rocky, are you talking about Dr. Wright's personnel file, which is the author page? Because, yeah, not as much pomp and circumstance as I would have thought for such a legendary researcher. Eric Terry, thank you for sending another star and a glitter bomb to the chat. You're now a 3-star chat that needs to clean up another glitter bomb. Get to work. Yesteryear, thank you for sending an envelope to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. I do hope the chat continues to push it. Push it real good. Intern Do, thank you for sending a star to the chat. They are now a 4-star team. Almost 5 stars. You're almost there. And Eric Terry off the top rope makes you a 5-star chat. Once again, good work, Containment Hazard Assessment team. Keep up the good work and higher rankings. Up, you couldn't do it. Now, Intern Do is sending you some more stars. Let's see where you end up. Missed opportunity to sing the We Just Got a Letter song. Well, yes, Just Pit, but I wanted to sing, push it real good. I wanted to do a different song, that's all. Did you not get the reference? Alright, Do, Yesteryear are going nuts on the stars, so while they sort that out, I'm going to go over and give the Ko-Fi a look. Mamori, thank you for your first donation of today's stream as well as being a member. Thank you for making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi, which, as we know, only takes 3% of your donation as a service charge, whereas YouTube takes a whole 30% of every super chat, and if you do so from an Apple device, then Apple gets another 30% cut. So we definitely appreciate you making the effort to go through the Ko-Fi when possible. Mamori, grab yourself some Pixied sticks on your way past the commissary. Dr. Sherman, now that you'll be attending conventions, will you be attending SawCon next year? Well, I'm not familiar with SawCon, but if you email SawCon and say, hey, there's this SCP Foundation content creator we want to show you to, can you invite him as a guest? Then maybe they'll reach out to me. As a con guest, they pay for your hotel and your badge and things like that, and flight. So, if anyone wants me to come to a convention, hit up your local convention and say, hey, I want to see this guy there. And tell your friends who go to the con with you to do it. Because that is a great way to get me to be able to go to more cons. Intern Collier, welcome to Site42 staff. Thank you for subscribing. Alright, let's see how this Star War went. Do and Yesteryear. Yesteryear sent 1 star, making you a 1-star team. Do sent 2 stars, and Terry sent 1 star to make you guys a 4-star team. So you're a 4-star team with a prestige rank. And then Do went on a rampage, cast PK Starstorm on y'all, and gave you guys 14 stars, bringing you to a 3-star team with 4 more prestige ranks. Eric Terry, oh no, that was 15, 16, 17, 18 stars. 18 stars, so 4 more than I thought, making you a 2-star team with another prestige rank. Eric Terry then sent 1 star. Oh no, I already counted that one. Yesteryear sent a star, you're a 3-star team. Rosemary sent 4 stars to make you a 2-star team with a prestige rank. Yesteryear sent 1 star to make you a 3-star team. Verif Research, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Please grab yourself a Wafa Thin Mint on your way past the commissary. And you didn't send enough to send a super chat, so simply thank you for your generosity. And then Yesteryear sent that single star. And then La Random Weirdo sent 6 stars, making you a 4-star team with 1 more prestige rank. Now, furthermore, Mamori, thank you for sending a Ko-Fi again to clarify that the SawCon that you were talking about was in fact SawCon D's Nuts. Yes. Very funny. Very humorous. Well met. You jiggity joker, you. Froy, you want to know if the cons have to be in the US? No, but it needs to be more likely that they would invite me then. Because that is even more expensive. So if it is an international convention, I do have a passport. I can travel. If some international con wants to bring a staff member of the SCP Foundation to give a lecture, to meet some fans, to do some autographing, then I would gladly talk to them. Tell your conventions to invite me. Rocky, thank you for sending a glitter bomb to the chat. I'm sure they'll have a blast cleaning up that mess. Yesteryear, thank you for making the chat a 5-star team. They are now a 5-star chat again. Congratulations. And Rocky, thank you for sending a hot chip to the chat. I'm sure they will appreciate the snack. Dr. Sherman, did Dr. Blue turn himself into a dinosaur again? Intern Stein, that's Dr. Blue's secret. He's always a dinosaur these days. Why are you trying to use anomalies to turn yourself into a dinosaur? You can be curing cancer. But I don't want to cure cancer. I want to turn myself into a dinosaur. That's Dr. Blue for you. Yesteryear and Star, thank you both for sending... Aoki and Yesteryear, thank you both for sending stars. The chat is now a 2-star team with another prestige rank. Undertale Nation, thank you for your first donation to today's stream. Please grab yourself a bag of hot chip on your way past the commissary. How would Deltarune characters fare in SCP? Well, I do imagine the problem is the soul. if SCP became a game where there was a protagonist who could do all the weird meta bullshit and break the game, then it would probably go very poorly for everybody involved. Because you know people can't resist the secret hunting, the genocide routes, the weird routes, the side Bs, whatever. And so the SCP Foundation and the rest of us would be very sad. Because remember, once you do the genocide run, you can't go back and do pacifist. We don't know if it's going to be the same for Deltarune, but it probably will be. And so once someone has done that bad thing, it's going to ruin it for everybody. Which, by the way, I had an idea for a game concept. And I want to do the inverse of Nier Automata. Nier Automata, you get to the credits, and spoilers for Nier Automata if you don't want to hear about it. Desk will tell you when the spoilers are done. Nier Automata's credits have you space fighting a bunch of an impossible task, and then you can ask other players who have beat the game before to lend you their strength, so you can finally beat it. But once you reach the end, you are asked to delete your file and gift that to the future players who need to beat the ending that's almost impossible. So with that in mind, I want to do something combining that with Undertale, which is this game, it's not like One Shot where you only get to play it once. It is where the whole world is networked, and if one person does the genocide route, the entire game goes to hell. And so the question is, will the whole world play nice, or will they fuck it up for everybody? Spoiler alert, they're going to fuck it up for everybody. And so how do you play with that knowing it's going to happen? Okay, spoilers are done. Rosemary, thank you for donating again to say, Dr. Sherman, I'm bored. What would happen if I did SCP-2049, a very unhelpful diagram? 2489, a very unhelpful diagram. What? Rosemary, did you get the anomaly wrong again? Did you typo again? Because SCP-2489 seems to be a two-part object, including a humanoid entity resembling Napoleon Bonaparte, which has been sewn at the hip to the seat of a dredging device. What? Memori, I love this. If that's created, you should allow players to end each other to help prevent that bad ending from happening. Alto Clef Simulator. Nice. There's a group of vigilantes stopping the bad ending. I love it. Yellow Leader, I have written SCPs in the past. You may check my author page on the SCP database to read them at your leisure. And I will also wait for Rosemary to clarify, because once again, 2489 is not a very unhelpful diagram. 2489 seems to be Napoleon Bonaparte and something else. Rocky, thank you for sending a 100 and some sparkles to the chat. Keep it 100 while you clean up another glitter bomb. Yesteryear, thank you for sending 2 stars. The chat is now a 4-star team, almost a 5-star containment hazard assessment team again. Sigma Ohio, thank you up for donating again to say, how would the Scarlet King face up against the Omniverse Devourer? Look it up on Google and you'll find it most likely, or on YouTube. Well, remember, you've done this before. I needed to have text to tell me what it is. Otherwise, I can't answer your question, because I'm not going to watch a video for it. Omniverse Devourer is a catastrophic, omnipotent Troll-J entity originating from internet lore and horror meme game projects like Troll-J conventions. It evolves from an ordinary seeker who absorbs ancient dark powers, consuming entire universes, multiverses. Nope. Nope, already loses. Scarlet King was born that kind of god. This is a dude harnessing ancient energies. Not gonna cut it. Scarlet King wins. You only claim the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. Yesteryear, thank you for sending another star to make the chat a 5-star team. Congratulations, Containment Hazard Assessment Team, on being a 5-star team yet again. Time check. Little Shadow 1, we are currently 6 minutes after the hour, but stream energy has been pretty good, so I think we can make it the next 24 minutes. If I may ask, how does the Foundation hide these streams from the public? A leak is exposing this to public airwaves. A bunch of group vendors can see you right now. Intern Varif, maybe that's how you say your name. No, that's not actually true right now. You don't understand how this is working. We have deals going with YouTube's parent company, Google/Alphabet, as well as all of the other social media platforms. Our broadcasts, our streams and videos and posts are only accessible to members of the SCP Foundation staff. Now, perhaps they are in the field undercover within a group of interest, and that is why you think they're part of a group of interest. They are undercover agents. Perhaps they are within our ranks, but they have been amnesticized due to a trauma, so they've forgotten that they are staff. That happens all the time, honestly. The only universes in which we broadcast to the general public are when it is a broken masquerade scenario, and the general public knows about anomalies already, so my expert knowledge is broadcast to give them hope that the Foundation knows what they're doing. It's all PR at the end of the day. I just accidentally scrolled down to an AI stream. Oh my god, God, please. Just Pit. I am so sorry you had to witness that AI slop. Here we are at Site 42. SCP Foundation. Human-made art. Just like a mama used to make. Don't stray too far from the light. Gatekeeper, thank you for sending a star to the Containment Hazard Assessment Team to reset them to a 1-star team, with another prestige rank at least. Please let me adopt 682. No. No. Request denied. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. I don't know why it doesn't say this, but he can also destroy multiverse, and plus he is in the Omniverse, which is bigger than the multiverse. Yes, but again, an omniversal entity that was born an omniversal entity versus an omniversal entity that is a normal person who gained powers. The omniversal entity that was born that way is just going to be more experienced with the abilities. There's just simple logic here. There's not much of a puzzle involved. Rosemary, thank you for donating again to say. Sorry, my terminal was bugging out. When was the last time we got the tech department out here? These things are pieces of trash. You are telling me. Well, we just had a crash of my terminal midstream earlier, so yeah. Bit rough, ain't it? Overseers really need to plug this hole in our budget stat. Upgrades are very necessary. You're an interesting dude, not gonna lie. Well, thank you, Intern Duraz. Keeping interest is part of how I keep this information flow to you guys going. If you got bored and left, then you would probably die the next time you encountered an anomalous test. And so I am here to keep your interest, to keep you briefed on the information you need to survive your work here at the Foundation. I forgot to stretch before working out earlier. I have regrets. Very much so, Intern Hunter Mark. When you are part of the Foundation Fitness Initiative, you must make certain to warm up properly so that your muscles are ready for the workout you're about to do. Dr. Sherman, do you know what a mimic is? Intern Patrick, yes, I am well familiar with the entity known as a mimic and various subcategories of mimics. SCP-72-9! Oh, that's Jay. Fuck you for your kind generosity for the first time. Please grab yourself a handful of thumbtacks to choke on your way past the office. Hey, Dr. Sherman, I'm back from containment again. Great. Everybody hated that. Nobody liked that. Go back where you came from. Intern Do, I am in fact familiar with what my favorite SCPs are. I do know that, yes. Yesteryear, thank you for sending a star to the chat. You've now made them a 2-star team, working their way up to that 5-star status again. Random question, do you have a favorite gemstone? Well, my birthstone is Tiger's Eye. At least in one key factor of it. And isn't Peridot the other one? Peridot, yes. So I don't really have a favorite stone on my own, but those are good stones. What is your opinion on SCP-343? Intern D, SCP-343 is a reality bender with delusions of grandeur, an arrogant prick, hashtag fraud not God. So what are your favorite SCPs? Intern Do. I always say my favorite SCPs at the end of stream. It's a tradition around these parts. The end of stream, of course, is in about 15 minutes. So if you want to wait 15 minutes, you'll hear them. Or you can donate and ask, and then I will just answer immediately out of return for your generosity. Or you can go to an earlier stream and skip to the end to hear them. You have 3 ways to figure it out. Dr. Sherman, what happens if SCP-999 turns into Ligma? Then you will be demoted to D class. So don't let that happen. Is there any SCPs that are gay? Intern Do, there are many SCP entities that are homosexual and other LGBTQIA community beers. The SCP Foundation is an LGBTQIA-friendly organization. We don't care who you love or what you are. If you're anomalous, you go in a box. That's what matters. Another intern told me about SCP-3999. What are they talking about? Well, read its documentation, or listen to its documentation here on the Site42 YouTube channel. We have an audio reading of it that's very surreal and weird and fun. Then you will know. Gayest man alive, cough, cough. Intern Hunter Mark, that is actually fake news that you've just given. SCP-230, the gayest man alive, is actually not LGBTQI or A. I mean, I guess technically A, as in asexual. Because the gayest man alive is gay in the gaiety, happiness sense, due to the superheroine that it emits from its pores. And so it's always super high and super happy, and just enjoys the word gay when referencing itself. But it does not have sex in any need. It doesn't have to, because the superheroine has it at a level of endorphins more than 5 times greater than sexual climax. So 230 doesn't need sex. It's just high AF all the time. How is Charlie? Puppy of Interest Charlie is doing quite well. Happy little sweetie pumpkin. Wait, the gayest man alive leaks super heroin and we milk super heroin out of clowns. Connection? I gotta look into this. You know, that is a very interesting likeness. Perhaps we should ask some of our contacts within Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting if they're missing a clown. Also, I really need to use that the next time there's a troll in the chat. You know, reading your text makes me think that we should call Herman Fuller's Circus of the Disquieting because they might be missing a clown. That's a good diss. I gotta remember that one. I do not want to think about milking clowns again. Hey, it's if you don't milk the clowns, they explode. So you have to milk the clowns. Would you rather eat at an Ambrose restaurant or see a show of Herman Fuller's Circus? As much as I love the circus, and I do love the circus and performing arts, I would feel safer at an Ambrose restaurant. $3086 versus SCP-085, who would win? Well, the problem is, George the Chinchilla is self-replicating. 085 would actually be absorbed and turned into a George. You absolutely cannot leave George the Chinchilla anywhere near Hand-Drawn Cassie. Because that would just turn Hand-Drawn Cassie into a George, and we would lose Cassie. Don't forget that George the Chinchilla is self-replicating. That's the biggest problem with its containment. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. By the way, Omniverse Devourer is not really human anymore. Look up an image of him, you know he's not human anymore anyways. I did see an image, but again, it doesn't matter if he is not human anymore. Started as a human, born a human, spent time as a human, and then evolved up. The Scarlet King was always the Scarlet King, and always will be the Scarlet King. That just means it has more time as being an omniversal devouring entity. So, that is the logic puzzle here. What is SCP-113? Intern Tix, SCP-113 is the gender-switching stone. It is a stone that when it touches your flesh, it becomes adhered to you for a short time. Every nerve on your body gets set on fire. It's extremely painful. A non-zero chance of death. And when you're done, your biology has changed genders. Now, if it's a non-binary person, there are unpredictable results. We had a researcher turn into a shape-shifting cat girl after using the gender-switching stone. If you have no gender at all, certain animals have no gender, then they are not affected by the stone. So Josie, the gender-switching stone, SCP-113, read its documentation for more details. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. By the way, he was technically a troll face that technically two different beings, knowing that he has troll physics at the start. Yes, the troll faces all just seem to be a power-scaling children's playground argument of, oh, this is stronger than this is stronger than this is stronger. It doesn't seem like there's a lot of cohesive storytelling over there, at least from what you have shared with me. Hey, does the black moon howl? Bored as hell? Only when waiting. Sigma Ohio, thank you for donating again to say. The videos have storytelling sometimes, bunches of episodes, sometimes one episode. Anyway, also, he bears many incidents and is very powerful. I mean, I'm sure that if this has this much lore, then there must be someone behind it making a storyline, similar to other meme video series such as Skibbity Toilet and or Madness Combat. Yesteryear, thank you for sending 4 stars to the Containment Hazard Assessment team. You have reset them to a 1-star team with a prestige rank added. What if you were buried underground and saw 096's face? Well, Yellow Leader, first enough, is it far enough underground that you can't see 096's face because there's no light? Because then you're safe. But, I mean, are you assuming that 096 can't dig? Big old clawed hands, no digging? 096 is going to get you. What is your opinion on power scaling? Intern Smile. Power scaling can be fun in small doses. I enjoy a death battle now and again. But when you take it too seriously and you are rude to people about it, it's no longer fun. Remember Rule 0 of the SCP database. Don't be a dick. By the way, chat, 6 minutes left in stream. 6 minutes left in stream. Yesteryear, thank you for sending another 4 stars. You have now made the chat a 5-star team. Congratulations, Containment Hazard Assessment team. You did it. Intern Mindsmith, you are listening to us to avoid being bored while crafting a power plant. Very nice. I hope you are having a good build. Now, we will be ending stream in 5 minutes, so I do hope that you have an alternative source of entertainment lined up. Puppy of Interest 42, you have come to once more join us towards the end of stream. The sweetest pumpkin at Site 42 is here to say hello. This adorable Puppy of Interest. What a good baby. Intern Wilcox, we've already tested the nerfing gun against 682. It made 682 more dangerous because we think that's worse. So it's not a good thing to do. Go, little girl, go. Could SCP-4503 fill up SCP-3008 with pasta? 4503, I'm assuming, is some sort of source of infinite pasta, based by the way you're saying it. For 503, that's 2 digits transposed. The infinite pasta pot appears to be an ancient iron cooking pot. Foundation researchers determined to activate, deactivate. Varying number of specific phrases that must be recited. So because you need to activate it with a person, the answer is obviously no, because even if the pasta bowl is infinite, what, do you have infinite human beings to sit there and say the activation phrase again and again and again? No, that's not how it works. Although, no, okay, I see that when you turn it on, you need to do something crazy to turn it off. Alright, we're back in business, so you can leave the pasta bowl running. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say... the answer is no, because I don't think you can fill an infinite space with an infinite thing. I think it would just be an eternal struggle. Because there's always more space and there's always more pasta. So no, you can't fill the infinite IKEA with infinite pasta. Memori, I do agree that is probably a religious idol to the Pastafarian religion. I believe it. Yesteryear, thank you for sending 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stars to the chat to give them a 5-star rating with a prestige rank. Very nice. Rosemary, thank you for donating again to say. Question about proper pronoun protocols. Is Puppy of Interest an it, or is it not an SCP? Puppy of Interest 42 codename Charlie is not an it because it is a site pet employee. Much like several anomalies that work for the Foundation, Puppy of Interest 42 is in agent training. So loyalty to the Foundation and work earns you your pronouns back. Also, we haven't exactly figured out Puppy of Interest 42's anomaly yet. We're still running tests. Site 42 staff, we have made it to the end of stream. And as I do, at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite... Oh, wait. I'm interrupting the outro. I like this question. Opinions on the upcoming SCP Gallionic, will you be there? Intern Alex Ark. Number 1, I helped them crowdfund it. So yes, I'm very on board and think SCP Gallionic is dope AF. It looks beautiful. I can't wait to see it real in a couple of years. And if they will have me on as a voice role, I would love to make a cameo if they want to stick a Dr. Sherman in the back somewhere. If you're a fan of Gallionic, keep poking them about it. They'll bring me on, I'm sure. It'll be a good time. Yesteryear and Rocky, thank you for sending 5 more stars together. They are now a 5-star chat with another prestige rank. Very nice. Now... here I am at the outro of today's stream, and as I do at the end of every stream, I tell you guys my favorite SCPs. I'm not going to tell you my favorites, the ones I wrote. That would be cheating. But if you want to read the SCPs I wrote, you can go to the Sherm's author page in Site 42 Hub on the SCP database. There you can see the SCPs I personally wrote, as well as contribute voice lines or sound effects to. And while you're on my author page, one tab over, you'll find a list of links. Links that people ask about in the chat very often, but then when I give them these big hints on where the link is... they just can't figure it out. It's so sad for them. But not for you. You're clever. You'll find those links. And when you do, you'll have the opportunity to become a Site 42 Patreon patron or YouTube channel member to donate to us monthly. You can do a Ko-Fi or YouTube Super Chat to donate to us one at a time. Either way, direct donations are the quickest way to help Site 42 out with our crazy projects or just to keep the lights on. And we appreciate your generosity. And if you're part of the Broke Gang, do not fret. We understand starving artists. We're an arts community after all. You can still help us out by being a member of Mobile Task Force Psi-42, codenamed the Signal Boosters. When you like, share, subscribe, comment, chat, make memes, shitposts, edits, out-of-context compilations, etc., you are helping to boost the signal of Site-42 and the SCP projects we support. The SCP Wiki and its authors and artists, SCP filmmakers, game devs, animators, podcasters, merch makers, etc. And we thank you for your service in boosting the SCP community. Now, some donations came in while I was saying that. Let me catch up. Rocky and Yesteryear, thank you for sending 5 stars total. Make the chat a 5-star team again. Rocky and Yesteryear, thank you for sending 5 stars again to make the chat 5 stars again. Rocky and Yesteryear, thank you for sending 5 stars again to make the chat 5 stars again. Rocky and Yesteryear, thank you for sending 6 stars with a 7th star from Rosemary. And then Rosemary sent 3, 4, and Rosemary sending more, so I'm just going to call you guys a 2-star team until I see what the end of Rosemary does here. That is 5 stars from Rosemary, and then 2 more from Yesteryear. That's 9 stars, so you're a 4-star team with 2 more prestige ranks. And Rocky made you a 5-star team again. How are you guys collaborating on this so cleanly that you keep getting back to 5-star team? Your math is incredible. Alright, while the next booster of stars come in, Site42 staff. My favorite SCPs in no particular order are SCP-3999, SCP-3043, SCP-008-SJ, SCP-Spooky-J, SCP-5031, SCP-5715, SCP-5320, and SCP-8980. Content warning on the last one. It's a bit of a rough read. Speed round. 3999, 3043, 008, SCP, Spooky-J, 5315, and content warning on the last one. It's a rough read. Rocky, thank you for sending a star. Yesteryear sent 3 stars. So that's 4-star team with a prestige rank. Then Rosemary sent a star. That's 1, 2 from Rocky, 3 from Rosemary, 4, 5, 6, 7 from Yesteryear, 8 from Rocky. So that is -2 to make you a 2-star team with 2 more prestige ranks. Woo! Okay, we're ending as a 2-star team unless something changes during this last outro bit. So, Site42 staff, this has been another... Did I do my favorite SCPs yet? I did the speed round, right? I'm a little confused. I'm going back and forth between the stars. Did I do my favorite SCPs? You're making this very difficult for me to keep track of. Okay, yes. So, Site42 staff, this has been another Coffee Break with Dr. Sherman, a subsidiary of the anomalous broadcast from Site42. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something. Be safe, be well, and as always, secure, contain, protect. I'll see you in the next stream from the field mission. Yesteryear, thank you for sending 2 stars. Rosemary, 3 stars, so that's 5. Then Yesteryear, 1 star. Rocky, 1 star, that's 7. 8, 9 from Yesteryear's 2 more stars. 10 from Rocky, that's 10 stars total to keep you a 2-star team with 2 more prestige ranks. Credit song. 40 hours got me going out my mind. Dallas dropped another game in overtime. Called a ticket speeding down the 65. Don't know where I'm going. Guess I really went and messed it up again. Now my baby's goner than the Tulsa wind. Judging by the stone sober state I'm in, I need to crack one wide open. Somebody pour me a drink, somebody bum me a smoke. I'm about to get on a buzz, I'm about to get on a roll. Yeah, I've been breaking my back, just keeping up with the Joneses. Y'all know what I mean, y'all know how it goes. When it's up on a Friday, I'm paid, slide one over my way. I can't even think when I can hear one calling my name. Somebody pour me a drink. Somebody pour me a drink. The credit song is Pour Me a Drink by Post Malone. During the credit song, Yesteryear sent 3 stars. Rocky sent 3 stars. Yesteryear sent 4 stars. 3 plus 3 plus 4 is 10. So 2 more prestige ranks. And still a 2-star team. Rocky sent a star to make you a 3-star team. And then yesteryear sent us a star to make you a 4, 5, 6. 100 stars made you a 7-star, so a 2-star team with another prestige rank. Yesteryear sent 2 more stars. That's 4 stars. Someone said 1 more star and stop it. 1 more star and stop it. Are you going to keep them on the biting edge of 4 stars? Oh, that's cruel. That's so mean. Oh, okay, we're ending at a 4-star team. Oh well, goodbye, chat. As always, secure, contain, protect. Oh, 5 stars, 1 star. 5-star, 1 star. 1-star teamed. Prestige rank, ending at 1 star. Goodbye. 1-star containment hazard assessment team. 2-star containment hazard. 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, that's 1 star again. How do you keep doing this? Alright, I'm actually leaving now. Goodbye. I've got a plane to catch. I cannot hobble here. I gotta go. Thank you guys for the stars. You keep track of the stars from now on. Goodbye. I'll see you in Florida.